You're muted, David.
Welcome everybody to Papua New Guinea. This is our Papua New Guinea on Passive webinar. We acknowledge the presence of our Leadership Council members around the globe. We have my big brother, Mati Degamo. We have Mike Ellis. We have Dan Street, Robin, Lina Kamoto, Chris Johnson. Thank you for attending and always being here with us, supporting us and encouraging all of us. Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out to our Papua New Guineans. All Papua New Guinea line loyimi, lo Papua New Guinea, you stop lo one map corner, you stop lo Highlands, you stop long Mamase, Southern region, Islands region. We talk welcome lo you. Suppose you come up lo here, also one plug guest. First time lo you lo attend this la meeting. Me talk welcome lo you. Name lo me David Bakau. Me one plug member long Leadership Council inside long Papua New Guinea, representing PNG long on passive. Na this la business on passive and one play internet technology company. Me play kisim come inside long 2019. Na me play close sharing this la business opportunity long Yumi man Mary lo here lo PNG. Long helping Yumi long trying long Pinim Road lo Yumi long look out him sit down lo Yumi. So thank you once again, everyone. And I just want to take this time to pay a tribute to one of our leaders in PNG, one of our strong leader, Mr. Fred Lavacky, who has just passed on last week, Sunday. And it was a shock to all of us because he was a great leader, built a great team here in PNG. In fact, half of the team in Papua New Guinea comes under him. So he's worked tirelessly hard to introduce the business to a lot of our average people, our mothers, our people from the villages. He's walked and shared this opportunity to them. So before we go on to the presentation, we have our three on Passive Nation leaders here with us, Mati Degamo, Mike Ellis, and Dan Street. They will be sharing with us, especially Mike Ellis. But before we proceed on with this, we will just run through a tribute. I'll show some slides of what Fred has done over his last few days before he passed on. So if you can bear with me, I'll just share my screen with you all. We had a webinar yesterday. We had a live webinar with family in Leh, and we connected around PNG to pass on our condolences to the family in Leh. So this is part of the sharing I did with them yesterday. So I just want to share with us this afternoon. Fred Lavacky, as I shared last week, I met Fred Lavacky in 1983 when I first joined the bank that we were working with, Papua New Guinea Banking Corporation. It was a government-owned bank at the time. And through that work relationship, we built a very strong friendship. And because we played together in the bankers competition, we had a football, it's Australian football called Aussie Rules, and we played together. Fred being a tall guy, he was the ruckman and I was a shorter guy, so I was the rover. So we played in that competition, and we won a couple of grand finals together in the bank. So that's how I met Fred. And since then we departed. When we left the bank, we went our separate ways, but we still maintain contact. And we joined a couple of MLM business together. When I joined, I brought him in, and we were always communicating or looking for opportunities to share with our people. And when I joined On Passive and brought On Passive into Papua New Guinea, I called him first up and told him, bro, this is the business that will help you and I and help our families, and it will help our people also. And Fred never hesitated. He just registered straight away and didn't have the money to pay, but he was looking for money until when he found the money, he just paid, and that's it. He never stopped from there. So he kept on sharing and sharing and sharing, and he's built on a big team. So this is one of his last endeavors, trying to reach our people. He went to a school called Situm, and he was crossing this wet crossing here to a school that was built by the US Air Base when they were based in Leh. Sorry, 7th Australian Division. And he was sharing, he went with this founder here. Ursula at that time was not a founder, but invited Fred to go to the school. She was a teacher there. And they went and they shared at the school. And out of that, a couple of teachers, that's him there, always talking, sharing. And then when they came back, Fred being Fred, he never let opportunities pass. When he saw these people sitting by the riverside, he kept on sharing with them. And one of the stories that came out when after he shared, he came in back in the evening and he called me and he said, he was sharing the story about him talking to the mothers and the people selling their stuff on the riverbank. And he said, well, he was explaining one of the mothers there, she's just a villager. She just told Fred, son, I don't know anything about computers, but I believe what you are saying. I want to be a member. She just gave him the registration fee there on the spot. And that's how Fred registered that mother. So he kind of broke the explanation, brought it down to their level of understanding so that he put them in a situation where he brought On Passive to their level so that they can understand the business. That's how Fred operates. And that was the time when he was at the school. That's Fred jumping on a boat, going across to an island in Leh. And this is the other photos here. His sporting endeavors when he was a sports administrator as a basketballer. He was a PNG representative in the South Pacific Games. So that's Fred, and this is his late wife. He was there with in his wife's village until he also passed on. And this is a tribute. We just wanted to share this with us before we proceed. Fred, we are with you. We salute you, my brother. We know you are here with us. You are watching over us. And what you have shared with us, the seed has gone down and it is going to flourish in the coming years. Thank you, Fred Lavacky. We honor you and we salute you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a little bit about Fred. We didn't have so much photos, but what we had, I just put it together and I shared it yesterday, but I decided to share it with us here. So thank you once again for everyone to show up, and we'll get back to our business. Fred is very much part of the business. And I think we have here in our presence, his daughter, Melinda, she's here, and probably his son, Wayne, is probably on the panelist. We'll check and see. But otherwise, Marty, I'll pass it on to you and you can introduce Mike and bring Mike on the stage. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, David. And yeah, I've chatted with Fred many times. Very wise man. I used to enjoy talking to him. He would send me messages through Facebook, and I just thought, man, what a just come across as a super big-hearted, wise person. He was like a brother to me, like you, David. So he will definitely be missed. Yeah, a little about me real quick. I'm 61 years old. Have been working online since 2004, about 17 years, and another 17 years offline or more. And I've been in every business you could imagine: MLM, email marketing, affiliate marketing, drop ship, just everything you could imagine. And what happened was I saw other people online just like everybody else, and I said, well, if they can make money, so can I. The sad truth was, when I first got on, I joined a business. I don't remember which one. I was in many, and you find out that it's not quite what they said it is. You actually wind up paying money, and they tell you what to do and do this, do that, do this, and then the next month you have an auto ship, so you have to pay again. And so far, I'm making no money. In fact, I'm losing money. And I'm starting to get products in my house, putting it into my closet. The next month comes on, and they're telling me, well, tell your friends and family. So you tell your friends and family, they get in, they follow you, a couple of them. And this goes on and on and on and on. And what happens is everybody above me, most people above me and most people under me did not have the skills on how to market. They could not build a team. They could not drive traffic. So that went on for many years. And then about 10 years ago, I ran into Mike Ellis and Dan Street, who are here, and learned how to drive traffic. So we could drive traffic. We built teams of thousands of people. But guess what happened? Now we have big teams coming. We're building teams, but the people I'm seeing eye to eye are me 10 years earlier. They don't know how to do it. Well, you can't duplicate what you're doing. I know many of us here, Papua New Guinea and every other country, they get into business and the gurus tell them, you have to have a big reason why, you have to have a big list, you have to go tell people, you have to collect a bunch of no's. And that's very discouraging year after year after year. So we got to where we could build teams. Now we're in another problem where the people that are coming in with us, they don't know what they're doing either. So you try to help them. How many can you help? 2, 3, 4? That's not enough to make an income. So this cycle of losing money and being disappointed went on and on and on and on. Yes, we could make a few dollars, but how many people did we have to climb over to succeed? We didn't like the feeling. And about 2.5 years ago, we were thinking about quitting. And, but I said, I'm going to look one more time. So I looked and I ran into Red Redford and Peter Rogers. A lot of you know Peter, and I know you know Red. And I asked him, what is he doing? And he said, I'm in another business. And I trusted him. And I said, well, can I ask you a few questions? Yeah. I said, can anyone do this? Yes. Is there an auto ship? No. So far, I'm very happy. I said, are the products in high demand? In other words, I don't have to invent a way to sell something new. Very high demand, billions of dollars a year. I said, oh boy. So I asked him how much, and Mike Ellis will tell you what that is. And I signed up right away. And then I went back to Mike and Dan, I don't remember what I told them, but I was excited, but I really didn't know what I was talking about. But they got in too. So we formed a team called On Passive Nation. At first, it was called Leverage Kings. That's when I met David. And when I met David. David read one of my posts, and then he got on my auto email return, and I kept sending him emails every week. Maybe no more than that, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I know he got maybe 80 emails. I don't remember how many, but every once in a while, David would come back and ask a question or something. And then one day he said, I got a question for you. And I said, yes. And he goes, how many people are in Papua New Guinea? And I said, in about 10 minutes, 1. He signed up and the rest is history, but that's pretty much how it went. And then David liked the name On Passive Nation. So he said, I'd like the name On Passive Nation Papua New Guinea. So I said, okay. So we made a Facebook group together, gave it to David. I had a banner made. Actually, the company made the banner for David, and they made us one too. And the rest is history. And from then on, the biggest, my opinion, the most, the team that people look up the most in the whole country, whole company is Papua New Guinea. I don't care if you're from Germany, Australia, whatever. When people look up and they say, who is the golden standard? It was Papua New Guinea. People come here to be encouraged, really. And one night I told Ash Mufara, I said, Ash, I want you to come to Papua New Guinea. Now, I know the people in Papua New Guinea were happy he was coming, but I did it for him. So he could see what's going on all the way on the other side of the world. And he said to me, yes, I told my mother. My mother said, what is Papua New Guinea? She didn't even know. I didn't know either, really. And the rest is history. And we really became brothers, really, truly. I would do anything for David. So would Mike and so would Dan. And we formed a team. And what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to turn over to Mike Ellis. Now, Mike Ellis, he doesn't want to hear this, but he probably had the biggest influence in Unpassive, the whole company. Everybody saw his videos. And everybody now says, oh, you do such a good job. They're outstanding. And Mike says, they didn't see my first ones, you know? Because you make them and you make them and you make them and you get better. And we would talk every day, how to make it better, how to make it better. And there was nothing to go to. There was only 2 or 3 videos. So Mike started creating them for the whole company. We didn't know we were creating for the whole company. We just did it. We put on YouTube and everybody shared it and looked at them. So no matter how big our team is, which is it's a big team, it would probably be 4 times bigger if everybody that got in because of Mike Ellis was in our team. But that's okay because we don't care anymore. We work for everybody. But I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis. I've worked with him, like I said, 10 years. He knows the business probably. I don't know anybody that knows it better than him. And he'll explain it very simple. And when we're done, if you have any questions, you can ask us and we'll try to give you the answer. And here's my business partner and friend, Mike Ellis.
Yeah, I get an introduction like that and I can never live up to it. It's impossible. But I do have a question for you, David, before we get started. Do you want me to go through in sections and then have you interpret, David? Or how do you want to handle this? I can do it in sections and you can do your thing, or I can go all the way through. It really depends on you.
You go all the way through. Go
Okay.
all the way through, and then we will interpret at the end of it.
Okay.
I guess, or I know people will pick it up when we start to put it into our context.
Okay.
So you go all the way through.
That's what we'll do, David. To start with, I really love.
But before
ahead,
Mike,
David.
you go on, Marty was sending me all these emails.
Mhm.
At that time, when I registered, I was looking for my registration fee to pay. I could have joined straight away in February of 2019, but I was out of pocket at that time. So I was looking for that 390 kina or 380 kina, $97. And I am so thankful for Marty because he kept me in that loop where the emails kept coming and your videos was in those emails. And videos was keeping me updated. And that sort of, grew the fire in me and my passion in the business. And I started to listen to all these things. And when I read Jeffrey Morlock's Paradigm Shift, that just, turned the lights on for me. And so when I had that money, I didn't waste time. I just paid and I told Marty, how many people in Papua New Guinea? So that's where it is. Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no, I remember all of that, David. Marty came to us with Papua New Guinea, and I went, oh, okay, Papua New Guinea, where is it? But we've learned a lot since then, and when you talk about the videos that I've made, you have to understand it's a collaboration between Marty, Dan, and I. We get together, we talk, and unfortunately, I got the task of making videos. These two guys kind of put me on the hook there. So, and that's really how it happened. But it really is all three of us. So let's get into OnPassive. I want to start by talking about Fred a little bit. I love the approach that Fred had to OnPassive. Okay. And he was really, really successful with what he did throughout the country of Papua New Guinea. And what Fred did, and I know what he did, I absolutely know what he did. He made the complicated very, very simple. And when you think about OnPassive, that's what OnPassive does. It makes the complicated very, very simple. And I'm going to talk about OnPassive today. I'm going to talk about the corporate structure of OnPassive just a little bit. That's the complicated part of it. But what Ash Mufareh has done, and this really is the genius behind Fred and Ash Mufareh, is he's taken a very, very complicated business and he's made it very, very simple for you and I. And it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor. It doesn't matter if you're a farmer. It doesn't matter if you're a mom. It really doesn't matter if you have any tech experience. It doesn't matter where you come from. As Ash Mufareh started to build this business, his one of his goals, and I think this was his main goal, was to make sure that as he structured OnPassive, people could come in and benefit from everything OnPassive. And the way to do that, again, is to take the complicated and make it very, very simple. So I'm going to talk about what OnPassive is going to be doing for all of us. That's the complicated made simple. But I'm going to start with the corporation right now. And OnPassive, as most of you know, it is an AI IT company. It is a very, very complicated company. As OnPassive goes into the global launch, and I'll talk about that toward the end of the presentation, we already know that as we go into the global launch through the world, OnPassive will be a multi-billion-dollar company. And the way that happened was through the vision of Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh, when he started OnPassive, it was just a concept. He had it in his mind, and initially he was going to start much, much smaller than what we are today. But he soon realized, as he started to hire technicians and build the products of OnPassive and doing the things that he does on the corporate side of OnPassive, that he could do it all. And it's so beneficial to us, those individuals that are going to be participating with OnPassive, that Ash didn't settle for just a smaller dream, but went all the way and really fulfilled his vision. And today, as you think about OnPassive, OnPassive is a done deal, guys. Yes, David, Marty and I, Dan, we've been in OnPassive for quite a while, and we've seen the evolution. We've seen the journey of OnPassive, and it's been a great journey, up and down, up and down. That's the way it works, but it's been a really, really fulfilling journey for all of us. But today, those individuals that are coming in and want to participate with OnPassive, it's done. You're there. And you're not going to have to wait months or years. Guys, we're right there. And as I explain what OnPassive is going to do for you, you're going to understand how unique a position you're in and how that's going to change your life in a very, very quick way. So OnPassive, yes, it's a massive corporation. It will be a unicorn company, a multi-billion-dollar company when it launches. But for us, Ash has made it very, very simple. Now, before I get to what Ash and OnPassive is going to be doing for all of us, I want to mention just a couple of things. And again, it'll show you how unique a position you're in and how you're going to benefit from it. Number one, Ash has always told us as the profits start coming into OnPassive, he is going to share the majority of the profits with those individuals that are participating with OnPassive. That's you and I. And when he says the majority of the profits, it's not 5, it's not 10%, it's not 20%, it's 50% or more. Could be as high as 65%. When you start getting into those kind of numbers, the amount of wealth that OnPassive is going to generate, and you and I participating in all of that wealth, 50, 55, 65% of that, everybody on this webinar tonight, everybody that is participating with OnPassive, over time, you will get to that place where you will not have to worry about finances. And when I say over time, I'm not talking about 5 years, a decade, 20 years. No. I believe all that's going to happen in a year's time. For some people, it's going to happen much, much quicker than that. But for other people, maybe it takes you 6 months, maybe it takes you a year. But if you can get in a position where you're generating 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month, not a year, a month, obviously a lot of lives throughout the world are going to change. Now, when we think about OnPassive and the amount of wealth they're going to be generating, you really have to understand the kind of volume that's going to be coming into OnPassive. And this is the last thing I'll talk about, the corporate side of OnPassive, because it really is very, very complicated. I don't worry too much about that. I let Ash worry about that. But when we talk about the volume that's going to be coming in with OnPassive, we can take a look at this product we're on right now. This is a Zoom webinar platform, okay? And Zoom is one of the larger webinar platforms in the world. In fact, I think they're the largest right now. There are about 25 others. But last year, Zoom generated $2.6 billion in revenue, profit coming in from their webinar platform, okay? Now, we have technicians that are in on OnPassive, like Mike and many, many others, that have taken a look at the OnPassive webinar platform. And they understand the technology, they understand the language, they understand the ecosystem, the online ecosystem, even though I don't. But I have listened to them and they get very, very excited about the products of OnPassive. Not only do they get excited, but I've had some tell me that as we launch to the world and this product gets introduced to the world, they believe the first year they'll take 90% of the market away from those 25 other webinar platforms. Again, that's $2.6 billion. That's one product of OnPassive. OnPassive has over 50 products and growing, and all of these products are proprietary. They're built from the ground up. They're cutting edge technology. They are superior technology at a lower price point. Now, when you put that together, you're going to understand the kind of wealth that's going to be coming into OnPassive and how it's going to affect us personally, our bottom line, okay? And really, that's all I'm going to talk about, the corporate side of OnPassive. As you come in and continue to explore, you're going to learn more about what Ash has done, the corporate side of OnPassive. And as you do, you're going to understand that I'm only telling you a very, very small portion of it. And the more you learn, the more you understand that OnPassive is the place to be to not only build in an income, build a residual income, but also build wealth online. So that's the corporate side. Let's talk about what they're going to do for you and I. And for me, this is the exciting part. This is what we all want to know. What is OnPassive going to do for me? What is OnPassive going to do for my bottom line? And really, right now, that's all that matters. If OnPassive can't do anything for you, Why are we here? None of us want to be here, but that's not the case. Here's what's OnPassive is going to do for each and every one of us. And again, this is really, really simple. It's not hard. And again, it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. It just does not matter. Anybody can do this. As we come into OnPassive is going to build all of us a marketing platform. And when we think about OnPassive, it is an AI IT company. So they're going to take the IT products, the online products of OnPassive, and they're going to build us a marketing platform. Okay. Once they do that, they're going to hook it up to AI. Again, OnPassive is an AI company, artificial intelligence company. So they're going to hook it up to AI, the automated market, it'll be an automated marketing platform for us. And once they do that, what it does for you and I, and this is so important, it makes our business 100% automated. And when you have 100% automated business, it doesn't matter where you come from, you will be successful. And that's one of the concepts of OnPassive. They will guarantee you will be successful. What does that mean? You will make money. Okay. And that's all possible because of the 100% automated marketing platform that they built. Now it's better than that. They're going to reach back into their toolbox and they're going to pull out traffic and they're going to start bringing customers in. Now OnPassive, even though we have the privilege to participate with OnPassive is primarily a customer-based business, and there will be far more customers than there are individuals participating with OnPassive. So they're going to start driving traffic. What does that mean? All they're doing is getting good qualified eyes in front of the products of OnPassive. And as customers come in, look at the products, buy the products, a certain percentage of those customers are going to land in your organization. That's when you get paid. When OnPassive makes a sale, puts it underneath you, that's when you get paid. And it works a lot like a commission salesperson. You go out, you work for a company, you're on commissions, you make $100 sales, you make 10%, you'd make $10. Okay, it works a lot like that. Very, very simple. But it's even better than that. Again, 100% automated. So as all of this stuff is happening, as OnPassive is bringing in customers, making the sale, those individuals are using the products and they're landing underneath you. Through that whole process, OnPassive is managing all of this. We don't have to do any of it. And as tens and hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of customers land in your organization, OnPassive is going to manage all of that. Again, 100% automated. This is so unique what Ash and his team have done. And he really has done it for those individuals that maybe you've been online before, maybe you've been in businesses before that just weren't all that successful. And the online ecosystem, about 97% of the people, they just fail. They just flat out fail for whatever reason. Ash Mufareh has taken that number, turned it around. And as you come in and participate with OnPassive, you are guaranteed to succeed. So what Ash has done, it really is revolutionary. You will never find this anyplace else online. It's never been done before. Marty, Dan, and I, we've been doing this for about 15 years. We've never seen anything like this before. And that's why we jumped in as soon as we saw OnPassive. And as the light bulb went off in David's mind, he caught the fever too. And we haven't turned back. We haven't looked back. And again, where we're at today is so unique because we are so close to the global launch of OnPassive. So how do we all come into OnPassive? Again, this is very, very simple. As I talk about how we come into OnPassive, there will be two fees I'm talking about, okay? And these two fees will come out of pocket one time, and you'll never have to come out of pocket again. Now, for me, that was very, very refreshing because I've been in many businesses throughout the years, and normally they will take a monthly fee month after month after month after month. And what happens is individuals come in and they participate and they've got that monthly fee and they never make enough revenue to pay that monthly fee. And eventually they just have to quit. That is not OnPassive. As you come into OnPassive, you'll pay one time, the two fees, and you'll never have to go out of pocket again. The first fee is the founder's fee. And the founding position is a very, very powerful position. As you come in and become a founding member, it is a $97 fee. You'll pay $5 to the bank if you're paying with a credit card, so it's about $102. But once you pay that, again, you'll never have to come out of pocket again for that particular fee. Now, the founding position, it does a couple of things. Number one, it locks you into the company of OnPassive. Number two, it locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. That's really, really important. Just those two things alone, I would be in today, to be locked into the company and locked into the pay structure of OnPassive. But it does much, much more than that. As OnPassive launches to the world, there will be bonuses for the founding positions. And Ash is very, very generous with the wealth that's going to be coming into OnPassive. So it's worthwhile to be a founder to be able to participate in those bonuses. Also, as a founding member, as OnPassive does the global launch to the world, we will get additional traffic, eyes in front of our business, more customers coming in, loving the products, buying, landing in your organization. And what it does, every time someone comes into your organization, it cuts time frames because they are like a cash register. Because these customers coming in, you have to understand right now, they're already using similar products online with other companies. And as a customer comes in, they've been paying a monthly fee. They'll come in and use the products of OnPassive, and they will continue to pay a monthly fee. That's really, really important for you and I, because when that happens, not only are we building an income, we're building a residual income. And from there, that's how we build wealth online. So as we look at the founding position, $97 position plus $5 if you pay with a credit card, it is extremely powerful. And the window to becoming a founder, it is closing rapidly. And when I say rapidly, I mean rapid. So as you come in and become a founding member, how do we all come into OnPassive? Again, this is very, very simple. We will come into OnPassive, and there will be a second fee that we have to pay. It is a subscription fee. And that prescription fee will be between $200 and $300. I always say $300. If it's less than that, that'll be a nice surprise. So if we look at the two fees, it's going to be right around $400. The subscription fee we will not pay until we launch to the world, okay? But we come in, we pay the subscription fee, and we get all the products of OnPassive. And I'm going to talk about those in just a second. But we get all the IT products, and we get the AI product of OnPassive. We go into our back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers of the IT product. Why did I go through that? In order to get paid from OnPassive, we have to go through that process. We have to click that button. We have to become independent resellers of the IT product. We have to have that title in order for OnPassive to pay us. And you don't have to, that title doesn't have to scare you. Independent resellers of the IT products, reseller. No, we don't have to sell. We don't have to share. We don't have to do any of that. It's 100% automated, but we need that title in order for OnPassive to pay us. So let's back up to the reseller fee that we're paying. Again, I think it's going to be right around $300. You'll pay once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. This is where OnPassive is going to go to work for all of us. They're going to take the IT tools of OnPassive. They're going to take the artificial intelligence. They're going to build a marketing platform. They're going to start driving traffic, and they're going to start putting customers underneath you. As those customers, again, land underneath you, you will get a commission for each person that lands underneath you, okay? That's going to bring me back to the product side and volume. This is really, really important for you to understand. Once you understand the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing as we go into the global launch, you're going to understand what's going to happen in your life, because your life is about to change in major, major ways. As we talk about the products of OnPassive, again, they're proprietary, built from the ground up, superior, lower price point, okay? Just that alone would get me in, superior, lower price point, because I know just with that, customers are going to flock in. But as we look at the products of OnPassive, they are wide ranging, anywhere from an automated marketing platform that has all the tools we use to market online, to an HR platform, human resources platform, where businesses can come in and manage their human resource department, to an educational platform, to a OConnect, which is our webinar service. Those are just a few of them. Again, there are 50 products, over 50 products in OnPassive, all of them in massive, massive niches, billion-dollar niches. So let's talk about 4 of those products and what's going to be happening the first year OnPassive launches. Let's talk about O Connect. That's the webinar platform. Let's talk about the O Staff. That's the HR platform, human resources platform. Let's talk about the traffic platform that they have that drives traffic through drives traffic for us and other businesses that come on, and then the educational platform. Those 4 products, if we look at them and we look at what other companies are doing in these 4 niches, they do about $438 billion in revenue a year. Get that? It's not millions, it's billions. Now, we're pretty confident that just with those 4 products, remember there are over 50 products. These are just 4 products. We're pretty confident that with these 4 products, we can take 10% of that market away the first year. If we do that, that's $43 billion coming into OnPassive. That's the wealth coming into OnPassive. And we know, because of what Ash has told us, that we're going to get over 50% of that. 50, 55, 60, 65%. Okay. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is so that you'll understand the sheer volume that's going to be coming in. And because of that, because he's sharing so much of it with us, that in a very short period of time, not only will you be making an income, you'll be making a residual income, and you'll start building wealth online. And whether it takes you 6 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years to get to that place you want to get to, and only you're the only one that knows that number in the back of your mind. But if it takes 2 or 3 years, it doesn't matter. Once you get there, it's residual income, and finances, all of a sudden, it becomes an afterthought. Whatever that figure is, and I know people that are on my team, their figure is as low as $500 a month. I have people on my team, their figure is as high as $100,000 a month. With OnPassive, both will become a reality over time because of what Ash is doing, because of the genius behind the structure of OnPassive, and because he's taken the complicated, made it simple for you and I. So as we look at OnPassive, OnPassive is a way forward to develop wealth. That's why we're all here. We want to develop wealth. OnPassive today is in over 200 countries. There are no qualifications, 100% automated. You come in, you pay the 2 fees. You won't have to do anything else. They'll never change that. And they'll never put a cap on the amount that you can make. And if you keep it very, very simple, this is a self-funding program that will force you to be successful. And it's because of the customer side, the product side, and volume. If you keep those things in the back of your mind, keep it very, very simple, you're going to understand OnPassive. You're going to understand what OnPassive is going to be doing for all of us. And more importantly, you're going to have a way forward, take care of that bottom line, and then leave a legacy, a financial legacy to your family, your kids, your community. This is some really, really cool thing. Now, before I turn it back over to David, let's talk about the launch. Over the last 3 days, we've had 2 webinars with Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh, again, he's the CEO of OnPassive, the visionary. He's a nut, but he's a visionary. And what he's told us is the roadmap forward to the global launch. Okay, it's a big deal. If you are not a founding member yet, come on in, become a founding member, pay the $97, go into the back office and listen to those last two webinars. This is an open forum. I can't give you the roadmap here, but it is extraordinary. And we are so close. The founding members that are on this webinar, they can taste it. I guarantee it. I guarantee they can taste it. And they know what's coming, as does Marty, as does Dan, as does David. And we know what's coming for you, those individuals that are going to be participating with OnPassive. This is so massive, and we are so close to the global launch. It's not months away, guys. That's all I can tell you. It's close. It's very, very close. But we're in a really, really fun place. The people on this webinar, they're smiling because they know what's coming. And we want you to be able to participate with OnPassive. We want you to be able to participate in everything that OnPassive has for all of us. And obviously, we want you to get to that place where finances, we don't even think about them. And I know for a lot of people, that sounds unbelievable. And I get this too. This is too good to be true. You're right, it is. But we've been doing this for 2.5 years, 3 years. We know it's not only true, but it's even better than what I've just told you. So that's on passive. If you all have any questions, just bring them forward. We have a lot of talent in this webinar today. And I don't think there's a question you can ask that we can't answer if it's not proprietary. And I'll turn it back over to you, David. Hopefully that was enough, David.
Thank you. Bravo, Mike. I salute you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes. And I want to also allow Dan to speak, just to give his perspective on what he knows about OnPassive so far after the journey that we've all taken. So I'll allow him to give his perspective, and then we can start asking questions. I'll translate into Pidgin, and we'll let's bring this discussion alive. Thank you.
Well, thanks, David. And, Mike does such a great job of covering pretty much everything that OnPassive, all the details and the corporate structure and the vision of Ashmufara, that it's pretty tough act to follow. And but I'll highlight a few things that just mean a lot to me. And one of the things that we all have to notice, and it just blows me away every time I speak, and that is the fact that we're in over 200 countries. And we have relationships with people from all over the world. I mean, a couple of years ago when we started this, we didn't have that. And now we're seeing these people from all over the world, and we're not only talking to them, but we're developing the relationships with them and learning OnPassive together and seeing this vision of Ashmufara and believing in that vision. And when I have to bring up Fred again, when I saw Fred standing on the beach and talking to those people, I just think about, what a great message he had. And he wouldn't do that if he didn't believe. That he just believed in everything that he was saying to those people. And like Mike said, he kept it very, very simple. And we're all there. We're all there. We keep it simple and we believe. And this company's been expanding beyond our wildest dreams. And we're closer. We're very, as Mike was saying, we're very, very close to realizing that dream. And we also know that OnPassive is going to disrupt a lot of these companies that are out there that a lot of businesses and individuals are currently using, because we do have the superior products. We do have a superior value. And the other thing that a lot of you that have been involved in other businesses, and Marty, Mike, and I that have been involved in so many businesses, one of the things that this company has that none of them have is that every single one of the people that come into your organization or come in on your team will never leave. They'll never leave because of the value. They'll never leave because they've got a superior product at a better value. And that's something that has been missing from every other company that we've always been in, okay? So it's an amazing, there's some amazing benefits to becoming a founder, and a lot of them we don't even know yet. So once you activate that subscription, becoming a founder of OnPassive, that company is going to drive, think about this, this company is going to drive targeted traffic to your site. And it's going to build a business for you through an automated process. And that kind of blows me away too, that this company is going to do it for me. There's a lot of people out there that are marketers, like Marty, Mike, and I, we've been marketing for a long time, but there's some people that don't have a clue on how to do that, and they don't want to. Well, they don't have to. You can be very passive and be successful with this business. So we highly recommend that those of you that are new here, it's very well worth the $97 to lock in your spot to become a founding member. And I'm just excited to be here tonight and here to help answer any questions any new people might have. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Thank you. Before we go on to the next part, which is the discussion and question and answer. I just want to send a shout out to Thomas Bolango. Thomas Bolango is from Vanuatu. He's just joined as a founder, and I've just sent him a link, and he's on our Zoom meeting now. So Thomas, if you're there, we just want to welcome you and thank you. And Vanuatu is another place that we'd like to visit, just like Papua New Guinea. So we'll try and help you to build a team over there in Vanuatu. Thank you, Thomas, for being with us here this afternoon. Okay, I'll just try and translate what Mike and Dan has put together, and even Marty. So I'll just make it brief, and then we can open up for question and answers. Thank you. All Papua New Guinea, you stop lo here, you harem pinis. When I'm something, Mike, me explain him lo business. Me talk long plenty something. That's all me by bring him short as all. Lo make him osem. This la business. One pla IT business, information technology company. You miss you suppose you look in digital stop long here. Time before Papua New Guinea, you may stop you may find him telephone. You may stop you mean connect go come time digital come inside. All got the hub, you got telephone now you miss communicate. All right. Long marketing, long online. You may look in Facebook, you may look in Google, you may harem all not all big company or some Microsoft, all online internet companies. So all this stuff long for time. That's all no inviting you na me lo come up founder. Only no giving you me one plus chance lo come up or some partner or founder long this all company. That's all on passive. Papa blow on passive as mufara. Emi creating this la business on passive na. Emi look sawe lo one heavy. All man say go through long time only start lo joining plenty all business. You na me lo Papua New Guinea mitpla joining plenty all MLM business. That's all time you me joining all la business. You me come up with some one resellers all business. You me selling more products long all. You me promoting image for this little company. You me promoting all this little company. That's all you me no working enough money lo you me. So time on passive, me looking this little business 4+ something and me attracting me lo this little business because me working MLM na me sawe hard work. You yet by you go na you talk lo man na you try lo building team lo you. You yet by you go na you try lo selling product. You see down the market or you see down the one up how you selling product. You yet by you try lo finding customers lo come na buy more product lo you. So time me go long online na me find him this la business na me look him this la link where Mati and me share him lo me look him this la something where me talk and 4 pillars but this la company and tools, automation, traffic na income. You me got also internet tools where my me story long I'm sample product yeah. This la product all company work in the all product but you me and big pla more na me good pla value, more superior in toka. Not plus something business you know not making one plus something fully automated. Machine work. Human you know not long hard work. Not plus something you know not long go na find him customer. Company yet by kissing customer come inside long store blow you na by buying product where you work lo salim long Antap all this something and by paying you commission blow you. So this all 4+ something time me look him me talk okay me say hard work MLM. This is something now you mean movie going chat long technology age. So behind business all by work this la kind passing tasol no got narpla all big all business where only start long shifty going chat lo this la technology age. Now look all la kind tools long working business all come up. Now me pla on passive. Bossman and me creating this all tools where all this la company by come na buy. So time will come buy will come up with some customer blow you. Now you by making money long commission by come lo you. So this la business on passive. You know not making 1+ something work blow you na me and me to play register pay registration fee. Registration fee blow you me $97. Lokina you bit name long 390 400 kina depends lo exchange rate. So you me put him a center solo 400 kina. So you pay him 400 kina. You pay this registration and you come up founder. Now founder and Mikey mitoktokia and one privileged position. Also mitoka Papa Blong Apple or Steve Jobs or Papa Blong Microsoft, Bill Gates or Papa Blong Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg or Amazon. All you know come now, only ask him you know come up founder one time all building business belong all yet. That's all Ash Mufara, CEO belong on passive. And me give him you na me opportunity lo come up founder one time M, partner one time M. Now Emmy put him this la legally price here, $97, 400 kina. Lo you na me long pay him na me to plug in come up or some partner belong them. Now one M something company on passive and me generate him inside lo this la side lo money come inside long em. You na me to play and by sharing this la wealth one time you na me. So over time or some bla 6 months, some bla go 12 months, 2 years time, 5 years time, this la money and by start lo build up now. One M can problem or heavy blow you long financial side blow you. This la something, this la company and by help him and by rouse him. Now you na me by mitla enjoy him this la benefit lo this la company. So you na me also founder and one pla privileged position. You must think him also time you come up founder, you also one pla major shareholder one pla big pla company. Because inside law 2, 3, 5 years time, this la value belong you also founder. 400 kina you spend him and by narapla and value more. Because this la wealth time come inside law this la business and by helping you long. Come up with this la mark where you know side dreaman lang you come up. Awesome na. Mipla is sharing this la business one time you lo here lo this la afternoon. You yet you look him all something and mipla talk finish. Suppose you like ask him more question and flow him open lo you lo ask him. Suppose you know sawe you ask him this la man and me share him this la business lo you long. Ask explain him more. Want him something on passive na. How about you join him on passive? So thank you, lo RM Bloyupla. So me open him up this la floor by you me can ask him question go come. If we have questions here, if we have guests here who want to ask questions, this is the time for you to ask. While waiting, if we have somebody who wants to share something, you can raise your hands and speak. Thank you, Veronica. You can go ahead, unmute and speak. After that, we have some Samashwe party.
Thank you, David. Nice laban lo iplo kita all guests na all nukla line iplo kami sa webinar. Thank you to all our international founders and Papua New Guinean founders who are here with us today as well. Thank you. Me come join him on passive. I come up founder time. Fred Lavacky introducing me last year. Just like what Marty did with David, Fred sent me a notice in January of 2020 last year. And in that time, I had left the employment that I had been with a company for the previous 5 years. So I was looking for a job, for an opportunity to get into a job. And that's when Fred Lavacky, he introduced On Passive to me, and he asked me to have a look at it. But my mind was so busy and I was intent on getting a job. So I didn't really pay much attention to it until after several reminders over a period of 3 months, from January to March 2020. And then in April, he said, oh, we're going to close. He was talking about something about pending founders' accounts being closed. So I didn't really understand. I thought it meant that the opportunity to be a founder in this company was going to close. So I panicked a bit, and then I decided to have a serious look at what he had sent me. So I spent some time looking at it that day. And when I realized what the opportunity was, I rang him back and I said, my brother, thank you very much. This is disruptive technology. And somebody had told me that if you find something to do with artificial intelligence, it's disruptive technology and you should get into it if ever you are given an opportunity. So I decided not to look for a job and go and look for a paid job that what I would embark on. Instead, I decided, well, I'm going to commit myself to this new venture. I've never looked back since. Since the day up till now, I've been working with David and Susan and Fred and all the other founders in Papua New Guinea. We have shared the on-passive opportunity because we can see what this opportunity is going to do. Everything else that I could say, Marty, Mike Ellis, Dan Street, and David Bakau have said, we will never get an opportunity to be in a company like this or be in a, I call it a tech giant. It's a juggernaut of all technology companies. It's an opportunity I'm come once. I'm so proud and privileged to be in this company. Who's ever going to give us an opportunity like this to be a part of a company that's just emerging? And we've got 1 million founders. The people you see on the screen here, these are people I would have never known if it had not been for OnPassive. If they had not had this passion for OnPassive or to be a founder and to share this opportunity, we would not have connected with them. So I got friends and families now all around the world in 200 plus countries. I could easily walk into any country, and put up a notice that I'm in country, I'd like to have lunch with some of the founders in any of the countries, and I'm sure we would meet. I mean, this is another one of those benefits that you get from being a founder. There's so much more to being a founder. I mean, you get to mix with people from other countries, your own Papua New Guineans. I've got friends in all 20 provinces now, and I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed because I saw the vision of this man. I believed what he said. There was one thing he said last year, and I attended this webinar in, I think it was in August or July, and Ash Mufareh said, everything that you know about the internet, I said, we are going to reinvent it. And I thought, wow, that's a really bold statement. That's a really bold statement. You know, I thought, what about people like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, you know, all the founders of all the other tech giants? You know, he came and he said, and I thought, well, if he's going to make a statement like that, I'm going to go with someone who is so daring, who can make such a big statement. So I decided I'm not going to have any other option. I'm just going to go with this man called Ash Mufareh. I'm going to go with Fred Lavacky and David Bakau, and we're just going to do this thing until it launches, whenever it launches. And that's the journey we've taken. And it has really enriched me. I have learned so much, and I've got so many friends. My life is far richer for being a founder in OnPassive, and I've gained a much bigger family because of it. So for founders who are here, and especially for the guests who are here, I encourage you to speak to whoever gave you the invitation. If they gave you an invitation and they asked you to be here, that means that they really care for you. Or like him, you come inside or talk, or look him something where also has whether you understand him or not, or ask him you come because or like him you come inside. So you give him invitation, you come to son. Beyond but you line him company I'm also one him. All products I'm also one him. It to me no clear or plenty of products too. But boy, I'm glad I'm in this. So if you're here, join us. Thank you. Thank you, David.
I think David is froze, Marty.
Okay, it's all yours.
Thanks, pal. Veronica, thank you. David, you bet. No, thank you very much, Veronica. Samswat Patel, you want to unmute your mic there? Samshuar?
Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear, my brother.
Okay, sir. I am in this OnPassive company since 1 year. And I understand all the aspect of this company. I understand everything about this. But I don't have faith that we will get the residual incomes. Company will provide the income. Is it true, sir? And my motto is to help others.
Is your question, will the company provide income? Is that your question?
This is a question, sir. I
Yeah,
cannot
no,
realize
the company does not provide you an income. The
Yes,
customers provide the income. It's a customer-based business. So as customers come in and land
Yes.
in your organization, that's how we get paid. The company by itself does not pay us. It's the customers that they bring in. And the first year we know, or at least it's projected, that they'll bring in over 100 million customers. Okay.
Yes.
That's a lot. So it's the customers that are going to give us the ability to have an income, residual income, and build wealth. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. A customer will generate the incomes that we will get, but I cannot faith. Still, I am in this company. I cannot realize that the money will be generated in the system, and we will get that money to us, and so that we can help to the others.
You're telling me you can't realize that? You can't see that happening? Is that what you're saying? Well, if it is, that's okay. You don't have to realize it. It's just going to happen. Whether you believe it or not, it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
And if you can't realize it yet, in a very, very short period of time, you will. I hope that was your question. Maybe it wasn't. That was my answer.
Mike, as you said, the company, the system is built in a way that it forces us.
Yes.
It forces us to become successful. You know,
You're
we don't
absolutely
do
right.
anything. We don't do anything. And it does everything for us, and it forces us. It pays us.
Yeah, the company, we're all customers. Once we launch to the world, we're all customers. And we're bringing in, like Mike said, 100 million, projected 100 million customers in a year. Well, every single one of those customers is going to be paying for the products that OnPassive has. So when they're paying for the products, that's called sales volume. And we're paid off a percentage of that sales volume. And it's going to be good. A lot of money, a lot of dollars.
I'll just give an analogy in Pidgin. It's like you mean PNG. Time you like you belong place in our community. When we want to do something, we do it together. Like if a guy wants to make a garden, clear a forest, he can't do it on his own. So he has to go and mobilize the village people to come and do the clearing for him. So that's like in OnPassive. You mean not making one plow walk. You like clearing bush blue garden, but you go and you pay one youth group, or you pay women's group, or you pay all some line. Now you walk him kai. Now online by come all by cutting bush blue. All by cutting bush blue. Now all by helping you plan him kai lo garden. Now behind by when kai come up now I'm harvest now by you harvest him. So inside OnPassive one kind MOSM. You may pay him this 400 kina. You may come up founder. Position founder. Time you may like loans. By you may pay him this one time fee, yeah, subscription fee, you may call him. MOSM rent money, you may pay him. All the time you like rent him store, but you pay him rent money law, this papa plus two. So you may by pay him this one time rent money, $300 Mike and me talk. Close to law, Papua New Guinea kina, I'm close to 1,200 kina. All right. You pay him this one time that's all. Now, bien long by you na pay him again. because company now, start lo work lo you pay him company lo work lo you. Kind of same, you pay more youth group come lo katim bush lo garden lo you. Now all by working work, now you sit down. So company now, you may pay him this la rent fee now, and by pay him by start lo work. Now and by bring him customer come inside. And current customer come inside lo store blow you now. All you look him this la all product now, all by buy him. So time all buy him this la product. And now you kiss him share blow you outlaw this la price blow this la product for buy him. So you clear. I'm like a simple explanation. Me put him come to you me. Thank you, Mike. I've just explained that in PNG, we have this communal type of living. So when a guy wants to make a garden and clear a forest, he goes and he hires a youth group or women's group, or they come and they help to clear down the bush. And then they help to till the land and plant the food. So we pay them. So the guy who wants to make the garden will pay these people to come and clear the bush. And then they do the work so he can be able to harvest the food later when they are when the crops are ready. So it's just like what on passive is. We pay the registration fee and we pay on passive to do the work for us. And on passive will go to work and bring in the customers. And when the customers come in and buy the products, we get a share of that the price there.
Yeah, let me give another example, David. We're all on Zoom right now. This Zoom, Ash Mufara, this is Ash Mufara's Zoom. It's a company Zoom. He pays $8,500 a month for this one Zoom. $8,500. On passive, it's going to have the same type of platform like this, except it'll have unlimited amount of people, and people are going to pay $300 a month or less for this and 49 other products. And the difference is Zoom last year made $139 billion. They made more money than ExxonMobil. But the difference is the person that owns Zoom did not distribute the wealth. He kept it all. Ask Rufara, if he made $8,000 a month on this, he's going to pay out $4,000. Just to give you an example. So you take that times millions and millions and millions of people times 50 products, maybe 60 products, and he's going to keep inventing products, and we get a piece of pie every time somebody buys it. People say, I don't know what to do. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to run Zoom. You don't even have to use the products. You pay, you're in, you win. And your company grows every single day by the company. You do nothing but collect pay and put it in your bank. It's that simple. People make it too difficult. And this is one product we're talking about. They're going to have 50. And this is $8,000 a month, $8,500 for one Zoom. Crazy. No comparison, no competition, nothing. We have won the lottery. You just put in how much you want. And like Mike said, if you're the bigger the team, the more you make, you get there quicker. But everybody's going to win. How fast, how much, I don't know. But everybody's going to win.
Thank you, Mati. Okay, we have Naga Ravi Krishna.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. David. Good morning. Good morning, our Anpasu family.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you from Papua New Guinea.
No, yes, thank you. I'm from Nigeria. I'm actually belongs to India. I belongs to India actually. So just now I'm closing my duty. I was in night duty. I'm closing my duty, and I want to greet Mr. Marty Degamo and Mr. Mike and all Mr. Chris. Hi, Mr. Chris, and special thanks to Mr. Ash Mufara, and I'm very happy to join in Anpasu. September, I joined in Anpasu in September, and before I ask my question, I want to give a answer to, I give a small answer to Mr. our Indian person. He has asked me, ask our some question, so that I can talk in Hindi. Can I talk in Hindi? Small?
Go ahead. Go ahead if he's
Uh,
listening.
Yeah, yeah. So what he has asked, can we get money from company? He asked, am I right? Am I right that?
Yes, I think that was the question. If
Yeah, yeah.
we are getting paid from the company, but Mike has answered that question. He said
Yes, yes.
that the
If
company
he
is not paying
understand,
us,
excuse,
the customer
excuse me.
pays and we get paid.
Yeah, yeah, I understand, sir. That is what I want to talk small because I am attending so many webinars, so that I can small understand, so that I can give a answer to about in Hindi, so that he can understand
Sure,
properly.
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. What is that? Actually, our company is IT company. So that IT company already is in launching process. So already we have launched some of the products for O-Fonda. So that 7 products we are getting in O-Fonda. That is, it is going to be tested until the global launch. Am I right?
I'll leave that
Yeah.
to Mike to answer that.
Oh, yes, sir. So I think it's okay. So the वो सर जी वो प्रोडक्ट्स ट्रैफिक में जाएगा, हम लोग सब देखेंगे, और उसके बाद फिर ग्लोबल लॉन्च के बाद फिर ट्रैफिक में जाएगा, ऑटोमेटिकली हम सबको कस्टमर जो इंटरनेट यूज करेंगे और जो प्रोडक्ट्स रीसेलर्स प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे, तो वो प्रोडक्ट और वो उसमें जो पैसा आता है, वो पैसा अपन लोगों को मिलेगा। तो वो पैसा जो प्रॉफिट जो है 75% अपन को मिलेगा, जैसे पहले बोलते थे। बाद में 25% कंपनी लेंगे, तो वैसा पहले कहते थे। अभी तो कोई ऐसी गारंटी नहीं है, लेकिन पे स्ट्रक्चर जरूर है बोलते हैं। let me talk in English that one. So that pay structure is there, but there is not guaranteed. As Mr. Ash said like that. So there is we will get money. So when traffic is going on, that is I want to say. Then what is my question? How to do the KYC? How to do the KYC? I want to ask.
That is a founder's question. So this is a guest meeting.
Okay, sir.
If you can attend, if you can ask that question in a founders meeting, they can
Okay,
be
sir.
able to answer you on that one. So
Okay,
this webinar is a guest meeting, so we'll stick to the guest questions. Thank you.
Very thank you, Mr. David. I'm very thankful to give me a chance to talk something. Thank you, sir.
No
Thank
problem.
you very
No
much.
problem. You're welcome. Engineer Mike, you can unmute and speak. And then we have Degamo.
Hello.
Degamo on
Good evening,
standby.
everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening,
or
all
good
the Leadership
afternoon.
Council members present here. Mike Ellis, Matthew Degamo, Chris Johnson, Robin Nobin, I don't know, Lee Nakamoto, and Ron Hubert. Good evening, all of you, and the beautiful Ms. Veronica Kaweyang, and our person talking to us now, Mr. David Bakau. And also some other leaders, Amadine and Nero. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I saw a question on the chat bar. Oh, Mike, thank you for that explanation. You always make it very short and simple, but very interesting. The knowledge is too much. I don't know. I saw a question on the board. Somebody was asking if he can say he has tried to bring in people to OnPassive, but he could not log in people. He could not get people to sign up. And his question is, the name is Ronald Dean. And he asked a question if he can go ahead and purchase many founder positions. I just want to talk on that a little bit because, excuse me, our CEO told us that, and he tells us all the time, you need just one account to be successful in OnPassive. You don't need to put yourself under pressure to have so many accounts, because it's not even the getting the accounts that is the problem, it's to activate those accounts. Because now again, we're hearing my Ellis is telling us every day that OnPassive is a subscription-based business. What does that mean? It means everybody needs to activate their accounts. So for instance, if you were even struggling to get one account, okay, then you went ahead and get 5 accounts. The subscription fee, when the time to pay the subscription is $300, you will need to go 300 times 5, which is 1,500. I'm not sure if you will be able to get that. So, but if you have the capability to get that, it's good enough to get it. If you can have 1,500 to activate 5 accounts, good for you. You can go ahead and do that. And also remember, when is that time for you to activate the account, when you activate the accounts, you'll be fine. So, but our CEO says everybody needs one account to be successful. You don't need to stress yourself over getting so many of the accounts. So I'm addressing that to Ronald Dean. I'm telling you that, okay, you don't need to really, you don't need to really go to so many accounts if you cannot be able to afford it, to pay the subscription fee, because OnPassive is a subscription-based business. You must subscribe, pay that subscription fee, which is $300 or so, between $200 to $300, so that they should send traffic. Our business is traffic-based. Mike Ellis just explained it to us. Those traffic are the customers that will be under you. When they buy products, then you'll be paid. That's how you'll be paid. Okay? So I'm just still here today to tell our people in PNG that the time is, it's really, really near. Everybody who is still there who wants to log in, this is the time to log in, because when we go to our new stages, we have so many other stages to accomplish, and the time is very short. So like my Ellie says, you log in now and start go to the back office, you'll get some videos. The latest videos, I think was the 24th and the 26th that Mr. Ash came out, is mind-blowing. If you log in, you log in by paying your 400 kina, and you go to the back office, you will see all that information there. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mike. Mr. Degamo, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Thank you, David. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Good afternoon to everybody.
Afternoon.
It is my very first time to actually take part in such a webinar. I only joined just this month. I'm a baby. And I'm totally blown away by this organization or by this company OnPassive. My brother actually introduced this one to me. I've tried a few of these similar kind of companies, but then that didn't work for me. But when my brother introduced this to me and explained this thing to me, I was blown away and I just joined immediately. I had no question mark. I just had no question mark. Now, I just want to give you a little bit of background about myself, because I guess there's so many. I just had one Indian person who says he lives in Nigeria somewhere. We just asked a few questions and he went on to India and all that. But people are asking a lot of questions about what I'm going to get out of it and so. For me, 400 kina to register. I blow up 400 kina on just one Saturday, 2 cartons of beer with my friends. And for me, 400 kina is nothing, because I get that 400 kina blown away in 2 hours with songs and all that underneath the coconut tree. And so, I don't know why people ask too much about that 400 kina and all that kind of thing. Now, I'm from Hagen, and we pay a lot of bride price and things like that. Now, I realize that we're going to pay some prescription fee of monthly fee of 300 kina, and one time $300 US. That translates to about 1,000 kina. Well, I'm telling you, 3,000 or 3,300 US, which equates to about 1,000 kina, is peanuts to me, because I mean, I don't have that money, but when it comes to bride price or compensation or something, and they say, David, we want you to get that money quickly and organize, I do it. I do it. But that money is a waste. Compensation money is a waste. What I do is a waste. These 300 US dollars, which equates to 1,000 kina, is an investment. Man, I don't understand when people are asking too much questions about how am I going to, whether I'm going to make money or not, whatever. I do not understand. This is a real company introduced by Mr. Asmufara, unselfish, giving this, is sharing his wealth with us, my goodness. That's it. No man has ever done this in the entire world. We are all bunch of selfish, 15 billion people living on this planet. Here is one man, unselfish man, who's coming on board to share his wealth with us, just for us. Small 97 US dollars, which equates to only 400 kina, 2 cartons of beer. I don't, Papua New Guineans, you may not gonna ask him plenty question to Maslow, this is 400 kina, and this is like something. You miss a wasting all this like money. I'm legally something. Now, I'll tell you a background about myself. I'm a lecturer at Divine Wood University. So, but before that, I went to the seminary to become a priest. And the reason why, you know, and I'm a very, very strong Catholic myself, even to this day, but I didn't make it to the priesthood. But you see, if the whole being a Christian and all, and I wanted to be a priest because I wanted to bring people to know about the goodness, the wonders of God, and eventually to bring people to heaven. And that heaven is a place we have never seen. The only time we're going to see heaven is when we die. Here we have Mr. Asmuwar, who's saying that heaven is here. Paradise is here. You're not going to see paradise after death or heaven after death. You are seeing it tomorrow. And I was one of those guys who took part in the webinar at 5 o'clock, and it went on until 11. I was there. Man, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. If people are continuously asking questions and they are not blown away by this, watching these webinars and all these things that are going on, I wonder. I don't know. I just don't know. You mean Papua New Guinea, you miss a kiss in time. Huh? We Papua New Guineans, we live in communities. Like I'm from Hagen, and if there is a death, people ask me to pay compensation. So I have to contribute my bit. And the people who, we live in communities and we're contributing. Now I see that, man, well, I guess I can be able to handle some of those things, you know, family obligations and social obligations that we all face. So I guess for me, I think let's ask about how we are going to participate in these different online platforms and so, instead of us asking questions about how much am I going to make, what's going to be my bank account like, am I going to go into Hello Motors tomorrow and get a $5, you know, a brand new vehicle out of Hello Motors? Don't worry about this, it's coming. Let's worry about how we are going to utilize this platform and share this one to other people so that they can also be able to use this platform. Now, here at Divine Wood University, we go online teaching. And that is basically one of the things that we do. And in here, we use a platform called Moodle. I am telling you, I realize there's a nice thing coming on board. So I'm going to market this product to my vice chancellor. And because we have about 3,000 lecturers and students, and plus 4 more at Divine Wood University. And I'm going to go straight to my vice chancellor and say, look, vice chancellor, I got something, a new baby here. I got baby Catmo here. So let's enjoy the fun that this particular baby is about to bring to this university, because at the moment this Moodle platform is a company, I think, that is owned by somewhere in Poland, I think, and we are paying some fees, so big, so much money, and I can see that this particular platform is going to be much, much cheaper, much better, much friendlier, and I think the lecturers and the students will love it more. So let's talk about, okay, how in my own situation where I am, okay, what I do, how am I going to do my bit to build a country for all the 1 million plus 80,000 people that is, we are all brothers and sisters, and we are part of this family called Own Founders Family. I guess we get to talking about this time, then what is my wallet like? What is my bank account like? Things like that. Okay, me talk Pidgin like.
Ito. Yeah, almost because you lecturer na, mi plug this platform ya. Oh, academy.
And this man, nami talk because this man India. This man India na come talk Paul na this kind of something ya. I'm like talk I must talk outside blangan. Mi I'm not going Paul him tinti bla papa ni. So me play he must take part law this is something. So me I only managed to go to about 10 people, and I'm working very hard. And I am targeting my 3,000 population here.
Yes, go ahead, because we want to build the numbers to 10,000.
Absolutely.
Before the launch.
We got to
before the launch.
And so we got to do it. We're disciples for this particular, a big company. We've got to do it, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to do it. And I'll do my bit. All of us in here, we've got to do our part in these things. Let's not talk about how much we're going to make tomorrow and, so and so. Forget about it. The machine, this company is going to do it for us. As Mugora is kindly giving 50% of his entire takings. I had some 43 billion or something like this for only one. Let's just imagine how much it's going to generate. Let's forget about the number and all that money. Let's walk. You mean walk up.
Yeah. Walk must go yet.
Work must go yet. You mean all company. I must buy stuff in sell a white loving by me walking one him, ask him. All this like kind no card. You mean by helping Narapla also one. Because this is like something was a me talk along there. Suppose in me work or divine would suppose me carry a lecturer now, all student now, Narapla line of meda me carry come inside. Hey, this is a benefit, me want to back his and the whole 1 million people. So all of us need to walk. Okay. Thank you, Marty. Marty, I think you the carrying the flag. The first guy who brought this particular thing to Papua New Guinea, and David Bakau, you were on, and I see a lot of David there, and there was Mike was on earlier, and Dan, and I'm beginning to get to know you people. I was only here for 3 weeks, but I'm blown away. And so thank you very much, all my Papua New Guinea brothers and sisters. Me, I'm Masrula Yuplana. Me stop yet.
Thank you. Now by me connect now. Now by me connect because meeting online no meeting all sleep. So you kirab now okay now by you kisim karim academy go dong vice chancellor talk.
And now that's the thing. That's what I'm going to do.
Platform na put him all the lecturers go antalos.
And by me karim golo medeng diwan wo di kolong medeng technical college by me karim golo medeng teachers college by me all the institutions in medeng. And that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you. All right, brother. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, long sharing story blayon a testimony. Hey, Saji Moni.
Hi. This is Sajib Monir. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm younger brother of Chris Johnson, Hi. I am crazy for unpassive and absolutely crazy for unpassive. So really, PNG webinar is a fantastic webinar. I love this webinar. Everyone just contact with me, and here is my big brother Martin Degamo. Hi, brother. And Narail Orkon, Robin. It's a fantastic. Everyone, Mike, Danny Street. Everyone is fantastic. Baby Catmo is already born, and AI assistant name is Shona. Shona, This is our proud. We are Bangladeshi, Sona. That means gold. We are our honorable CEO, Ashmofare, will give just Sona. It's a gold, AI assistant. So we are proud of Bangladesh. And this is the lovely on passive. And really, I salute to my CEO, Mr. Ashmofari. But right now, where Bangladesh is some afraid,
Thank you.
and it's a violence. Or by means, it's a terminate. Every day, someone 2, 3, or 5, or 12, some their guys is terminate. But why is terminate? We don't know. But Bangladesh payment system is not good so, but we are always try to properly giving to money, but somebody is terminate. You know, right now I have a 350 55 plus founder, but already 7 founder is already gone. So I'm just hopeless, a little bit hopeless, because everyone is dreamer. You know, On Passive is a dream company, dream platform. We know, and Ashmofare is a human being hero. That's why we're just a dreamer. So when they just terminate someone, they are always hopeless to, oh, I am finished. So this is the really, we just feel that very hardly weak. So that's why I request to you, here is my brother. Tina always contact with me and cooperation with me, and really fantastic. Here is my brother, Chris Johnson. You just, you know, brother, Bangladesh people is love you, and please, especially you just seen this termination. Why we are just termination? So thank you. Hello.
Yes. Sajib, it's a guest webinar, so we keep our discussions for the guest only, and nothing on nothing about the
Question.
founders privilege information. So we keep that for the founders only webinar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
David.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Nigeria. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Papua New Guinea, I salute you. Okay, thank you.
No worries. You're welcome.
David, Eman is calling you.
Eman, yes.
Yep. Good afternoon, everybody. David, I'll be just really quick. We have some questions in that Q&A. I think these questions are basically for founders. This is our guest webinar, so just kindly remind our guests that, our founders, that they want to ask those questions, they can just come on to the founders only Q&A and they can ask those questions. It's just that. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Eman. Yes, we have questions in the Q&A. Those questions are basically founders' questions, so no founders' questions will be entertained here. This is a guest webinar for new people who wants to know about On Passive and how they can join. And so if you are a founder and you're asking founders questions, you come to our Saturday night Tumuna Story. Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. we hold a 2-hour session for all these issues that we are facing, or any questions you want to know about how you want to how are you going to reset your password and all these things. You come to that webinar, not here. This is a guest webinar. Thank you. I see Jay Woo's hands up. Jay Woo.
Good morning or afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Greetings to our leadership council who are present. It's always a pleasure to be among them because we're all everyday people and we feel comfortable with our leaders and even with ones who have newly joined. I did want to express my condolences about Fred. Seeing the pictures that you shared, it really made me feel close to him. And I didn't know him personally, but to see the love that he had for On Passive and his fellow countrymen, his brothers and sisters, it really endeared me. I feel the same way about my brothers and sisters there in Papua New Guinea. And it's so good to see from the pictures as well, how much he loved, and not only On Passive, but how he shared the message wherever he went, and the efforts that he took to do that. When you had your Independence Day celebration that you shared with us, we also got an opportunity to see that the culture in Papua New Guinea is very family-like, very down to earth. You love with all your being. And it's such a warm expression that you have, and it really fits the On Passive model. And when I think about it, the fact that On Passive fits Papua New Guinea so well. And I'm very happy, and even for the guests that are listening today, if you get an opportunity from what's being discussed to see that there's a company that matches the heart of the people in Papua New Guinea, is truly a blessing. And On Passive and the CEO, Ash Mufar, his desire is for individuals like us to benefit ourselves, to be in a position to help our neighbors, our brothers and our sisters, and to make an impact, to leave a footprint in the sand that will stay in someone's heart and never be washed away, because you're able to give and show love. So for Fred, I didn't know him, but I miss him because I've seen the impact that he has. And for my brothers and sisters, and those of you who are listening, On Passive welcomes you. If you can find a way to come and partake, as if someone had a meal for you and they're saying, come, come and sit with us. Come and learn with us. We will help you. We will show you. That's what this meeting is about tonight. We really want to get another 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. We want you to be free to think, free to grow, free to become the things that maybe haven't even come up in your heart yet. The things that you wish for your grandchildren, you can have for yourself with On Passive. So please take the opportunity, ask questions of those who invited you. And if you can, take the time to do that. The vision will become real for you too. And you'll be welcome. And I hope to see you all again at the next PNG webinar.
Thank you, Jayu. Thank you for your word of encouragement, and thank you for your condolence message. We have Fred's daughter. She's in the midst of us, so she's listening to all the tributary messages that's being shared here. Thank you. I have Dr. Michael Dokup. Brother, if you want to make a statement or say something, you can.
Oh, okay. Hello.
You can talk. Dr. Dokup is
Yes.
He works at the main hospital in Port Moresby, the Port Moresby General Hospital, the largest referral hospital in the country, and he's a founder. And he's also given us some things that we will put on the Obless platform when the time comes. Thank you, Doctor. You can go ahead and share your bit.
Well, thank you, David. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I thought it was good. Thank you very much, and to Mike Ellis and Milo and all the rest of the international team that you are here with us. Papua New Guinea is a very unique country, and people are always, happy to take those challenges, and we embrace them. But in the recent years, I think the last decade, the country has been, people have been facing a lot of scam kind of thing that's been coming on. And it's just dealing with money. That is why at this time now, we find that a lot of people are still in Papua New Guinea. what is this, what is that, and all that. So I agree with my colleague Rama from Diwanwadi University, very passionate, very patriotic community leader. It's true that those of us are a bit highlands, we have that attitude. But coming back to one passive, I'd like to thank Zero. Listening to her was very good. She really explained what's really going on here in our lives. I joined on passive I think 2 months ago in June, July. Okay. This was been introduced to me by my niece, Sister Claire and Mrs. Nova, and they introduced me to, and then they introduced me to David Bakau, our leader, and then I didn't understand it. So now, yeah, here we are. I've heard the, for the price you are new, I've heard the webinar done by Testimonial and the panel in India and the rest of the international team on Wednesday, and again on Friday, and it just canceled out every task and every other second test also ahead. This is going to be the way forward. I think a lot of Koreans who are now co-founders or wanting to be one in three, this is something that is beyond our wildest dreams. It is just taking us by up the neck. People just can't believe, totally believe that this such a thing is happening. We are used to so many other ideas, promises, scams, and never come out with anything. That is why people are still thinking twice. With this one, on traffic, as Mufare and small team of all these international leaders who have been in this with you, David, and Zero, and all that. And I really thank you all. Thank you all for this opportunity that you give to our people. Some of the same thing that what our colleague from the University, Lama, said, it's interesting because it also the working I look at the cynical government. It's very difficult time to run things the middle of the institutions in this country with sort of falling apart and falling apart now, as you can see. But with these systems in place, we can make it happen and do it. And most of the internet and IT systems that we have in our departments and across the country, they're all very close to the government, very, very close. Very close to any organization and even the business. Getting on to that, that's why services are quite often so high. Many of people who are really they cannot afford that, and that is why we still down in a lot of it. And some of course with education, health, all the other services. And thankfully it's the way forward for the country. Those who are not they have to be in it to win it because this is the gate that is now opening up for our opportunities to go out there, see the world and see what is going to be happening. I really, really am, again, mesmerized by the what do you call it, the examples or the demonstration that has an extreme need for us to introduce it. And when you say that you're part of it and you own this thing, it is enough. It is enough to tell us that when it's out there, or anything. There are people who are going through that. Talk to my other colleagues, it is Wala. People, there are so many traumas out there. And they want to see it before they do it. So, but it's always forward. I'm so happy. Thank you, David, for this opportunity. And I think you and everybody that we have come up with. My special mention to Fred Lavacky, late Lavacky. Lavacky is like my taboo. Him and my wife are both from the same village. And we heard about it. And very sad it's in Lay and we cannot go around the expensive to go farm. But, our thoughts are with the family and with him at the time. I've seen him, talking the recovery well. And one or two to rain and speed, keeping the message of compassion to the people in the community. It's moving. It's very, very good for men. I could see it, you answer the call and it's gone, but legacy will continue and we will have to have But David and Hero and the community team, I thank you all for putting nicotine came out, nicotine supply and food. The company on passive is not lying to anybody. It's transparent. Because you could see the big offices in America, you could see the big big offices in the headquarters in India. I bet that. Yeah. And I would like Bangladesh also for the office. Only for office here. It is a transparent digital company. There's no nothing like a scam to play used to. But if you want to move on in life, this is the place for the community. Something, once in a lifetime, it's going to be there for maybe what they say, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month. You got to move on. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mike. Thank you. Richard. Richard Lamont.
I love all you beautiful men, women, and children from the bottom of my heart. I want to speak to, I think it's Melanie, her name, or Melody. In memory of Melinda and her brother. It says here in memory of our friend Fred Lavacky, who left too early. He hasn't left. He's one of God's beautiful angels. And that's what he is. I am your angel. That is what Fred is telling you tonight. And that's what he told you last Sunday night. I am flying high. I am up in the clouds. I am there when you cry. I am there when you feel bad. I will always be there. No matter how far you are, I am there. That's what Fred is saying to his children, and he's saying to his friends. Do not be sad, for I fly high as your angel watching over you. As you proceed with On Passive, I had to cross rivers, I had to cross fields, I had to cross in jungles. But now I am with God, and he made me your special angel. So remember that. In your memories of Fred, he has not left us. He is flying high, watching over us, and he's watching over On Passive, and he is watching over everybody, not only Papua New Guinea, but the whole world, because he took it at heart. He had that love that God gave us in our heart. He was showing this love. And when he fell, God gave him a choice. Be one of my special angels or go back. He decided to be one of his special angels. He decided to be your angel. I am your angel. And that's what I feel about Fred. And I listen to the little voices that I get, because I've learned the hard way that if you don't listen to the little voice, you kick your own self. But you know, I love what Fred was doing, but his work has never stopped. His work is still being done by other people in Papua New Guinea. And I love all of you, and I give you all a big kiss and a big hug. And I see that Joanna is really excited during the whole thing. She's really going at it. But that's how much I love you, people of Papua New Guinea. You have that beautiful God-given heart, and you're sharing that heart with everyone, not only the people of Papua New Guinea, but you're sharing this with the whole world, entire world. Just remember that. You are the correction to this corruption in this world. You are the example of that correction, because you share that love. Thank you for listening to me. I get excited, what can I say? But I love y'all.
Thank you, Richard. Mary, yes, Mary Carroll, you can unmute and speak. We're running close to our time, so Mary, you can speak and then we can wind up.
Thank you, David. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
good.
you.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you and to all our global leaders, international global leaders, and to our co-founders and our prospects. Very good afternoon to you. I just love that tribute by Richard. Thank you so much. Really, really thank you. And I want to offer my condolences too to the family. Fred was a very likable person and sincere in his ways from the time he started with the bank, where my husband and I were his customers while we were running our business. So we truly hope that he has joined the kingdom of our loving God, and he is our angel. Okay, with that, I'd like to also thank Mike Ellis, someone that has inspired and influenced many of us that are here on this platform. Your words of wisdom and your interpretation of what Ash Mufari was talking about from the early days up until now, it's not wavered. It's just gone from one level to another. Thank you so, so much for appearing on this stage and talking to our prospects. To all you global leaders, tireless work from day one until now. You have given so much of your time and effort to be everywhere at once. And I said once before, I wonder if you ever get any time to sleep, but we do appreciate what you do for us. You have given us encouragement, inspiration, and here we are. Many of us didn't expect it to happen soon, like the birth of Catmull, but it's here now. It's right on our laps. And we are encouraging our prospects after watching this and listening to all the speakers. May God open up your heart and minds to do the right thing for yourself and your families and your communities. To Ash Mufari and his team, I'd like to appreciate them for their tireless work that they've put in. Mind you, all this began with Ash Mufari's and his family's funding. No one in the entire world would do that. Who would want to give millions of kina to build something like this, a movement like this? So I always believe that before he was born, God had anointed him. He may not agree to that, but that's the way I see it. And so as he is today, when you look at him, he's so relaxed. My goodness, having to deal with 1,070,000 plus or 80,000 plus people around the world. And yet he's so relaxed because he knows that he's got a supreme guidance over him and his team. So to our learned brothers that spoke earlier, Mr. Glommer and the doctor, I am so, so happy that you've joined, because you can influence our people out there, our teachers, our lecturers, our pastors, our health workers, everyone out there. This is the right platform to be. Because why? Internet technology, information technology is here to stay. This is our learning for tomorrow and ever after. So for those of us that are very, very fortunate to be on this platform with on passive, I say to some of my people, you hear about YouTube, Twitter, you hear about Bill Gates and his platform. Well, when on passive comes on, we are going to shake them so high. Why? Because this on passive was built with love, true love for humanity. And that is why we will keep on multiplying until we take over all the information technology avenues. Thank you, Mati Degamo, for being that connection with Papua New Guinea to David Bakau. Without you two connecting, some of us wouldn't be sitting pretty and talking like this. We praise God for that. Thank you, David. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Veronica, for your great leadership to us in Papua New Guinea. And thank you again to our international brothers and sisters. And of course, Engineer Mike, thank you. We're traveling together and I'm watching my telegram here. Lots of our people are coming on board and we're calling it the ocean liner called On Passive. So for those of you that are still considering coming on board, please search your hearts and souls, come on board. Thank you, Mike Ellis, again for your presentation. Thank you, David, for asking me to come on.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. We always encourage us, always when you speak. Yeah. I had Dr. Blessing. She had her hand up. Is she on the platform?
Yes. Yes, actually, I raised my hands up because I came late and I wanted you guys to bring me here.
Okay, okay, I see. Well,
Thank
did you
you.
want to say something? You can go ahead. You're now on the platform.
Certainly. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my queens and to my kings. I want to say my condolence to the family of Fred. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Like I stated before, he is no longer in pain. We will continue to remember him and to everything that he has done. We respect him and I respect the family. We will continue to love his family. As you all know, we are here as family. We will continue to love one another no matter what. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. All right, we are just about at the end of our meeting, and if anyone who has something burning in their heart who would like to speak before I close it, Melinda, please come on. We give you this opportunity to speak on behalf of your father and your family.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone who are online today. I just wanted to say thank you very much to my dad's profound family and friends all around the world. It means a lot to us. Just to hear you all speak about my father, I didn't know how much he has done with On-Passive. He has always spoken about On-Passive and trying to encourage all of us, our family, to join. And just listening on Uncle David talk about how my father had pretty much reached out to a lot of people. Everyone knew who my father was. He had a lot of influence, not just with his previous companies that he had worked in sports as well. In all our friends, everyone he came across. He had a really big heart, my dad. He came from a family of 11, his mom and dad, and he had 9 sisters, 3 of which he lost, and he was the only boy. So my father was like, he was like a father to everybody, to all his sister's children, and not just that, his friends, their children, everyone he came across. He just had a massive heart. He was kind, he was loving, he was never unfair. He always gave everything he had, even when he had nothing. So for those of you who had come into contact with my dad, you obviously would have seen that. So I just wanted to say how grateful I am on behalf of my family. We want to thank you for the love that you have shown to us today, just listening in on you all and your kind words, your condolences, your messages. Thank you, Richard, for just reminding us of how my dad will still always be here. He hasn't left us. Your words just uplifted us. So thank you very much. Uncle David, thank you so much for running this session today. On behalf of my family, we wanted to say thank you. I know you and my dad were so close and you worked so close together since he joined. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry as well. I know you're hurting everyone as well for losing a great man. So on behalf of my family, my brothers, and my sisters, thank you so much and God bless you all.
Thank you, Melinda, for coming on. I just want to tell you that your father is a great man, and he has built something you may not realize yet. But as you are listening in on what we are sharing here, you will come to understand what the business is. And he has left a legacy now with you, Wayne, and all your siblings. You sit together and you come to a decision and you come back to me and let me know. So one of you needs to take over the accounts and look after the legacy. Thank you, Melinda. Marty, you want to close it off? You can.
Oh, that was fantastic as always. Everything was beautiful tonight. This has been recorded, so if anybody wants a copy, get a hold of me at onpassivenation@gmail.com. I'll see you all next week and share this business. It'll be very, very soon. We won't be able to bring in any more founders. I mean, very soon. It could be before we meet next week. So just share it if you can, because there's people out there that need On-Passive and they don't know it. They just don't know it. So sometimes you got to convince them that this is the right thing, especially family members. Anyway, I'll see you all and God bless.
Thank you, everyone. You can unmute and you can say good night, good morning, good evening. Say it in
Night,
your own language.
everybody.
Good night, David.
Merry Carol.
Everybody.
Merry
Everybody.
Good night.
Blessing.
everyone.
Good afternoon.
Bye, Chris.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Marty.
Merry Christmas.
Peace and blessings,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, Nancy. Bye, David.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. Love you
Bye,
guys.
Cynthia.
Bye.